Hello, I'm an Spanish native who has been learning English for more than 3 years, Japanese for 12 months, and I'm a calisthenics athlete. These two hobbies are why I want to introduce discipline to language learning. Like 1 month ago, I didn't care about tracking my language learning progress, but then I realized that it gives you this extra accountability each day if you literally just write the done mark on a piece of paper. I have tried the Notion templates, having an app that automatically tracks it, making a habit tracker in a sheet of paper, and I'll explain why you should do it to become more disciplined. For more than 3 years, I had to believe that tracking progress is not important if you do the actions required to get the thing that you want, which is true. What I did not realize is that if you track the things that you don't want to do in your day, that is, bad habits like eating shit food, playing video games, whatever, you will realize that you're making way less progress than you think you are. Because we never want to have our habit tracker full of just pure shit we are doing throughout the day. That is why I think it works though, so it's just pure raw science. There's actually a lot of studies done with tracking and it's just proven to help you on being more consistent. Right now I can't remember one in specific, but I know for a fact that the book Atomic Habits, which is really a popular book in the self-improvement area, presents real studies with proof about why you should be tracking your progress. So if you don't want to hear raw science, you should read the book. This is what is most emphasis on it, so maybe you want to pause the video. You probably have the thought that having a Notion template or having an app that automatically tracks your progress could be better, because you don't have to think about the habit tracker that much. But that's the point of making a habit tracker, like you should be thinking about the habits that are there, because if not, you literally just removed the purpose of a habit tracker. This is why I think that making one on a piece of paper is probably the best thing, and even better if you put it on a place that you're going to see it. So for example, you could place it on a wall in your bedroom that you know for a fact that you're going to see. For example, if I'm seated in front of my monitor, I could place it on the back of my monitor, so I know for a fact that if I sit to play video games, I'm going to see it, and there's just less chances that I'm going to end up doing the bad habit, which is playing video games. This is another thing which I really like about the piece of paper, because you can place an app that tracks your progress on your wall, right? And when you use apps that track your progress, I don't know if this happens to you, but at least for me it happens a lot. Eventually you just forget that the app even exists and end up, I don't know, watching TikTok or watching Instagram anyway, so it's not even worth it to do it that way. Is there an efficient way to make the habit tracker on a piece of paper? I know it sounds ridiculous to ask this question, but there actually is an efficient way, which is taking the time to make the habit tracker. At least take 10 to 15 minutes to make the habit tracker look relatively good. Take the measuring rule, look for marker pens which are in colors, I don't know, ask for them to your sister or mother, like wherever, and just take a bit of time to make it look decent. I'm saying this because if you are that person who takes the time to do the habit tracker look cool, there are just going to be more chances that you are going to do the good habits. And I actually did a habit tracker, but really awful, because I thought that just putting the down mark will be enough. But it's not, it's a whole thing, because when you do things half-assed, you are going to do everything else half-assed. And I think that the best thing that you can do is to put the X mark look really big, so whenever you fail, you have that clear evidence, and the more big it is, the worse you will feel, and probably the less you will do it. Another way more related to the Japanese is writing kanjis. I actually did this a lot as a way of tracking for kind of a large period, because the more kanjis I write daily usually means that I did a lot of immersion that day, for the reason that I do it whenever I'm reviewing words during immersion that I find difficult to recognize, or reviewing in Anki. But right now I don't use it as a way of tracking, because the only times I write kanji are just when I'm reviewing on Anki. Although I'm going to tell you that if you use writing kanjis as a measure of how much immersion you do daily, you will improve so much at recognizing the kanjis, which if you struggle with that, it's really good. And if you make it a habit, eventually you'll just learn how to write. Which there's a lot of people saying that it's not useful, but if you can develop it passively between quotation marks and you end up going to Japan for some reason, it's probably going to be useful, right? That's it for the video. If it was helpful to you, give me a like, as a great to my channel. Thank you.